Good morning, sophomore seminar. I'm sorry I can't be there in person, but we will get through updating our resumes together. This is Module 1, updating the basic parts of your resume. You must complete this module first before moving on to the second and third. Please note that your resume does need to be uploaded to Naviance by the end of class on Wednesday. So please make sure you're moving through these quickly and efficiently. All right, so our very first step is to access our resumes from last year. We were really lucky that Miss Fowler kept our resumes safe in her Dropbox, and so we can access them really easily. So the first thing you need to do is open a browser. Then in the search bar, you will type www.tinyurl.com/2018 resume. Pause this video now to complete that task. Once you are in the website, you will notice that there are folders based on class period. These are organized based on your freshman seminar class period from last school year. So hopefully you remember which period you had freshman seminar. But if you don't, you're going to have to click through and find your name. So as you can see, if I was in first period, and then you find your name, and you would click on your name, and then on the download button up here, click on it again, and direct download. You should get a box like this one down here, and click open, and it will open your resume in Word. Pause this video now to complete that process. Once you have downloaded it, you will enable editing by clicking on this, and then save your resume. So we'll get out of Andreas here, but you'll save your resume to your USB if you have it. If not, if you are saving on the laptop, make sure at the end of class today you email yourself an updated version of your resume in order to make sure you have that copy for tomorrow, because you can't guarantee you will get the same email or the same laptop. Okay, so once we've saved it and enabled editing, I will go to my sample resume here of Lyon McBride, and we will do some basic updates. Okay, so first and foremost, look at your contact information here. Make sure your name is spelled correctly. Make sure that your address, if you have moved, is accurate. If you have moved, go ahead and update your address there. If your phone number or email are different, please go ahead and update that. Make sure that whichever email is on your resume is both professional as well as one that you actually check. That's going to be really important. So go ahead and pause this video if you need to update that information. All right, our next task is to update our GPA. If you do not know your current updated GPA, please check Naviance or the window outside the College Corner to get your most recent official GPA. So let's say Lyon McBride last year had a 3.36, but he's been doing so much better, so he's a 3.45 now. So we're going to update that. Our anticipated graduation date is still May 2018. Something we also want to include that is very helpful is adding a line for our SEEB code, which is the code that the SAT, ACT, and College Board in general, so for AP classes as well, uses to identify our school. And our SEEB code is 443665. And that is one that will come up again and again, so it's a really good one to memorize. So please pause this video now and add the SEEB code to your resume. All right, next thing. Last year, Ms. Fowler had you all fill in each category, even if you didn't have anything to put in there. So, and she had you indicate that by highlighting what wasn't true. Knowing that we need to use our resumes for applying for opportunities and perhaps even jobs this summer, it's really important that we delete anything that is in yellow. So please pause now and delete anything. So since it's in categories, delete anything in yellow now. All right. All right. Our next step is to add any additional things that we have accomplished. So perhaps this student is still involved or was still involved in flag football. So they would update the date to indicate that that is the case. So fall 2014 to fall 2015. Okay, then we can think back to what this student completed. And we want to add some things for Yes Prep activities. We can go back up. Oops. All right, sorry about that. That was a little awkward. So one thing we do want to do, which makes it really easy for formatting purposes that I totally forgot, is clicking on this, knowing it's a chart, and then using the borders to help us out a little bit. So that will help formatting out a lot. I also want to take out these ofs because I don't care for that. Okay, so let's say that this student, and because they're an athlete, they also decided to this year play track and basketball. Let's say so. We're going to insert some rows below. Right? I'm not going to fill anything in over here because it's still a Yes Prep activity. So let's then say that they are on junior varsity basketball. Okay, and that was winter 2015. Okay, this student has their things by season. You can also just put 2015, 2016, meaning the school year, which is totally fine. Junior varsity basketball, okay? And for our purposes on this module, we're just adding in those things that we have done, okay? I'm also going to add a summer program. I'm going to insert a row above and move this guy. Okay. Because we want what is most current to be on top. So in summer 2014, that's something that happened a while ago. So for this summer, where's that going? Okay, we participated in this previous summer. Let's say this student went to Cottonwood Gulch, and that was summer of 2015. Okay, and I don't like that of, but that's a personal preference. Okay, so now you can see that I've updated all that I have. And if I do not continue to have work experience, I'm just going to go ahead and delete that category altogether. Delete the entire row. All right. So again, you'll notice I'm not yet filling in or editing my one-liners, my descriptions. I am just adding the category or deleting a category or adding things to my resume. If you are one of those wonderful go-getters and your resume is starting to get really long, we do not want a resume more than 1 page. So if it does start reaching over 1 page with all your clubs, sports, and activities, please consider removing some of the less important things. So if I was this student and I was running out of space, I might take away this football camp that happened prior to me joining high school officially. And that way it's not as important, it's not as impactful. So I can delete that if I need to. All right, so for the remainder of this module, you can work on adding those things to your resume. Once you are at a place where you have done that, you can move on to Module 2. Thanks for listening. Bye.